Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and it is a Flossy Friday. This is going to be a lot quicker of an update for a couple of reasons. I didn't get to stitch at all this last weekend. Just didn't have time, and we just were out and about doing things like the whole weekend. So I finally got to start stitching again on Monday, and so yeah. I also have a slight confession. I didn't stitch at all this week on my Haid. So something that I learned officially this year is I can probably only dedicate 3 solid weeks to my Haid at a time. I just don't have the attention span for it. Last year, I think I stopped working on her around the 3-week mark of my Haid mania. So yeah, I'm going to try and work on her every couple of months for like a 3-week block or like a 2-week block or something. I'm thinking if I do like a 2-week block, I can do it more often, but I at least want to do once a quarter for 3 weeks solid. So I'm still pretty proud of myself. I got a complete page finish, some more 310 work done on my first page, and I did get some work done on page 3, although I didn't get a start on page 4, but I'm okay with that 100%. I'm okay with it. The other quick announcement that I want to make, it's not really FlossTube related, but it is about something that's on my channel. I temporarily took down my 52 small changes series. They're just privated. I'm going to unprivate them again, but it's been hard enough keeping on track of filming these every Friday. But trying to do 2 solid set regular videos a week with as much as like my schedule at work keeps on like, you're gonna randomly go out of town. It's been overwhelming. And I really, really love that series. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm mentioning it here because I know some of you do watch that series, and I haven't posted a new video for that in like 3 weeks. And I started feeling really bad that there was 2 times where I had to post 2 weeks videos in the same week. I don't know. I felt really bad about it. And so I just made the executive decision that I'm just a little bit too overwhelmed with where my world schedule is. So I'm hoping, I have 2 more work trips coming up in June. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of time of a reprieve, and taking off from working on that series. Again, really enjoy it. I love the interaction in the comments on it. They are not gone. They're just kind of temporarily disabled until I can start filming those again weekly. So probably the end of June latest, I'll start back up like even on the month in July. I know that it kind of like screws up like trying to do it all in a year. And those of you who are following along, if you've already kind of gone on with the book, those of you who bought it, keep going. I think that's fantastic. That just means that you'll be able to offer me more tips and tricks that you've learned while I had to take a little mini hiatus from that series. So it's all just, it just got to be a little overwhelming, and it started making me feel bad, and it shouldn't. And so executive decision, it'll be back in probably 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. So I just wanted to do that. I didn't want to make a 2-minute video dedicated to that. So I thought I would just drop it in here. So for those of you not watching that, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. So let's talk about what I did stitch on this week. So I do have another little finish, and I made a ton of progress on my summer ABCs. So I really thought this weekend that I was going to get the mini gallery number 3, but I actually got caught up. So I think honestly there's 2 groups working on this series for her. I think there's a group that started a little bit earlier, and then I think there's the group that I'm in, and we're 2 weeks behind the first group, if that makes sense. Or we're 2 paintings behind the first group. Or maybe 3. We might be 3 paintings behind. Because I already know what the 5th one is. I do know what the 4th one is. So every time that I get a mini gallery painting pattern, I get the color list and the colored like preview of the next one. And then whenever you finish and the next one is released, you get the actual pattern for the one that you got previewed, and you get previewed the next one. So I know which one's up to painting 5. But I know which one is next for me. So I think there's 2 separate groups, and possibly the first group got number 6 this Thursday, which so soon I'll probably know what number 6 is. But I really think that I'm going to try and finish them in a shadow box and make it look like a little miniature gallery. So tomorrow I'm going to go, I'm going to take the 3 that I have finished to kind of like guesstimate size for a shadow box. And then I'm going to get like pearled it comes with stick pins with little pearls on them. So I'm either going to see if I can buy some extra shadow box pearled pins, or maybe make my own with glue and straight pins, because I have a ton of them, because I also quilt, so I have a ton of them. And then either I'm going to try and find the thread that I want to use to outline them to make them look like they're in actual like gallery frames. And then I'm also going to get felt. So I'm going to hot glue a black piece of felt on the back. One, to just tag down all of my threads, just to be on the safe side, but also they kind of get a bit like wispy and you can like see them. So just to make sure that everything is like perfectly like tacked down and truly looks like a little mini painting hanging in the little shadow box. I don't know, maybe I won't even pin them. Maybe I'll just literally hot glue them into the shadow box. But I don't know. It might be kind of fun to like rearrange the gallery every once in a while. Anyways, so I did finish number 3, but I thought it was going to come out this weekend. It actually got released yesterday. I started it last night and I had to finish her. I didn't have much left, but I had to finish her before I filmed this because, again, I didn't have much left and she was just too cute not to show y'all finished. So my wondrous mini gallery painting number 3 is the Mona Lisa, and she is so cute. Again, this one had a little bit less colors, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 25 colors. So like 1 color less than the first 2. Again, doing it on plastic canvas, and I'm either going to use like acrylic type material and make it shiny, or get like a thinner yarn and do a border and make it look like a frame. But yeah, the more I think about it, I really like the shadow box idea and having them all hanging up like they're actually like hanging on a wall in a museum. I just think it'd be really freaking cute to have a little miniature like museum wall of all the most famous paintings ever. And I also feel like so far all of the paintings are women. So again, I'm using IG Translate to read everything, so I don't know if every single one is going to all be women, but so far they are, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, she joins my little crew of paintings. So I'm really excited, and I already know what number 4 is going to be. So I'll show y'all that really quick because why not? So hold on one second. So that's gonna be number 4. So really, really excited about that. It's so hard finding the thread for it, because I can't, like I said before, I can't type it in myself, so it's hard sometimes. So there's the actual painting, and there's what she's gonna look like. So really, really awesome. They look amazing. I can't wait until this series is available to everyone, and I am still baffled and amazed that she's letting me participate in this. And like I said last time, she kind of has to like talk to me and deal with me on my own, because everyone else in this challenge that she's doing speaks Russian, and they're using a different program to send out the files and talk amongst, I guess, like their like cycle groups or whatever. And so I'm just kind of on my own, just dealing directly with the designer. But it's just, I don't know. I'm just very honored, and I'm very honored because they're just so cute, and I cannot wait until anyone else can get their hands on them, because they're amazing if you're like super into art. Okay. So my summer ABCs, I've officially hit halfway on this, a little bit more actually, and I love it more and more every day. I work on it. So that's kind of why I've been working on it this week. I was really hoping to get to work on it over the weekend, but again, I just didn't get to. I valued sleeping. I really got to get in a lot of really good sleep this last weekend, which hasn't been happening very much lately. So it was really nice. And so here it is so far. Look how cute this is. I was trying to keep it folded, but it's just so awesome. I really, really, really love it. One of the cutest things is like the word fireflies. The little fireflies are the brighter yellow. So it's super cute. The biggest change that I made, obviously I'm using my own color palette. It's charted and over dyed, and they have the DMC equivalents, and some of them are the ones that are called for, and some of them are not, because I didn't have them in my active like thread pulling box. So they're similar colors to what's called for. Like the dark green was supposed to be a darker green, if that makes sense, like a hotter pink, a light pink, a more golden yellow, a bright yellow. So I kept the same colors, but maybe not necessarily the exact color, if that makes sense. So the only, other than that, the only change that I've made so far is apples is, out of the entire series, it's the only word that's charted in 2 different colors. And OCD, I wasn't about it. I think it's really cute, and maybe it would look cuter if I were doing it in the overdyes, but since I'm not, I went ahead and I decided the A was supposed to be the dark green, and the rest of the word was supposed to be the pink. Yeah, the hot pink. And so I just made it the dark green because I just really liked it, because there was going to be a hot pink apple next to it. So I made it the darker green just because I thought there's a lot of pink up there. So to kind of like balance it out. So I just have Q through Z left. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight and tomorrow while I'm stitching. So we'll see, and possibly Sunday. So my goal at this point is to get this guy finished because it's basically summer here. I'm looking out my window right now and it is just over 80 degrees. So I really want to get this finished, and then because June is literally tomorrow, let's briefly talk about June plans. So I had to double check it, but the Map Sal by Ink Circles, where you roll dice and like I don't know, like Simon Says 1, 2, 3, eeny, meeny, miny, mo type pick options. The like choose your own adventure style basically for the map is it comes out, the first part where you start stitching and get pattern starts on June 24th. So over the next couple of weeks, if you follow me on Instagram, if you see me post on my stories and there's a vote option, please vote. A lot of people look at my stories whenever there's like vote options and stuff, but not very many people ever vote. I really just think this will be really fun and super interactive. So over this month, I asked a couple days ago like some ideas for names for my map. So if you want, you can leave some choices down below. I got a few already sent to me on Instagram, but I may post that again just to get some more ideas. So if you think of anything, you can leave them here or on Instagram. So I'm going to start doing that. So it's not only, because I'm going to use s4e as my dice, like I said last time. So it's not only going to be like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and s4e picks things. I will pick some stuff myself. But I also think it'll be really fun if you guys on Instagram help me pick some stuff out. So I have like 2 fabric choices in mind. So I'm going to ask for open name suggestions again, just to get some more options. And then I'll probably put like my top like 2 or 3 up to be voted on. I'm going to have on Instagram, like y'all pick my fabric. I may even like ask for some advice on some of the threads and things like that. And I really want to record the entire process and post like this big thing whenever it's all done. I think that would be really fun to do over the next several months. So you would obviously most likely get to see, because unless I just kept it hidden until the whole process was done, but most likely you would get to see some updates on Fridays once it started. But I don't know, if I showed you progress of the stitching along the way, would you care about a video that showed how we got there? Or should I hide my progress along the way and save it all for this like video showing like s4e rolling the dice and Instagram picking my different options and stuff like that? Let me know down below. I'll also ask Instagram as well about that. But I just think it'd be really fun because it's such a different stitching idea that, I don't know, I just think it'd be really fun. So for June, aside from the map, that is one of my plans. It starts at the very end of the month, which is great. The first part of the month, I want to focus on finishing up this, and I really want to finish my sunshine trio piece. And I also think I'm going to bring back out my Stitch Rovia Be Inspired and work on that at lunch and probably on my work trips, because once I frog those 3 little lines and redo that, it's once I get like all the black work done, it's literally going to be fill in the blank, so, or color in the lines. So it should be easier to work on, and it's one of my Ada pieces that I really want to see finished. This month I am also starting the quilting bee, so we need to talk about when we're going to start that. And then I really also want to start my octopus garden for the Beatles series, because I now have all the threads and it's just calling me. So that's kind of, and then staying on top of these. But depending on what time I start these in an evening, I can finish them in a single night. I started her a little bit late last night, so I just had the very top color and a little bit of the bottom colors to do. So she's pretty quick. So those are kind of my plans, staying on top of the small galleries, paintings, my sunshine trio, my bee inspired quilting bee, octopus garden, and finishing up summer ABCs and gearing up for starting the map Sal. So those are kind of like my overview plans. We always know things can change, and sometimes haul comes in the mail. You never know. So that's my plans. I think I'm up to 19 finishes for the year, with this little painting finished. So, it'd be really cool to get 3 more like larger projects finished. That would be summer ABCs, Be Inspired, and my sunshine trio, and then however many of these I can finish also. That would be the goals. So I hope that y'all have a fantastic weekend and a stitchy week, and I will see y'all next Friday. Bye guys.